Right, we've got a new palm, and if you are new to the channel, I grow a lot of palms, as the channel name would suggest. I'm in my hothouse at the moment, which is basically just a glorified greenhouse. A lot of stuff in here over winter and some smaller tender palms, so I grow a wide range of everything from sort of fully hardy, I'd say, in the UK, to half hardy stuff, and then I do grow a lot of tropicals as well, which come in for winter. But what we've got is a new palm here, and potentially, I don't know, potentially a new species or subspecies or hybrid. But either way, we'll look into it. So this is going about at the moment, Kindler Hill, which is the name of the place where it was sort of discovered. Like a small, basically a small colony of these palms, Trachycarpus, which looked a little bit different to maybe the more recognisable ones. I'll go through the story first, and then we'll talk about the actual specimen we've got here afterwards. So I think the story goes that in 2017, like I say, this small colony of palms were sort of discovered, as it were, and they were thought originally to be either a Nova or Princeps. Couldn't quite make up their minds what it was, possibly a natural hybrid. There are obviously a lot of man-made hybrids, and apparently they look a fair bit different to your standard man-made hybrids of Nova and Princeps. But they're the two palms that most closely resembles. So this is, like I say, it's not going to be an official new species. It's going to be a natural hybrid, I'd imagine. But I quite like the name Kindler Hill, where that was found. I'm sure a lot of you have brought these. That was on there. If you're on the UK palm group on Facebook, I think they advertised them there first. So I was quite late to the party on this one. I'm sure people got these a month or so ago, maybe even longer. But I sort of hummed and hard. I've got a lot of Trachycarpus and a lot of, I've got Princeps and Novas and other types, and I don't really like to have too many of the same sort of species. But what I can make out is that this one's quite vigorous, so it's fast growing, as is the Nova, as we know. So it's probably definitely got Nova genes in it. It's supposed to have quite a white back to the leaves, like the Princeps and Nova does sometimes. In all honesty, at the moment it's only just sort of showing up. You might just pick up a little bit of bluish white on the backs. Again, this is going to be, I was late to the party on this one, and this is sort of going to be the run of the litter. This is one of the last ones. This is probably the smaller specimen from some of the ones they've grown on from when they collected seeds back in 2017. And they did have some sort of larger specimens, and this is one I actually got on eBay. I had it in my basket for a little while, and they sent me an offer, so I took them up on it. So yeah, I mean, I'm all up for growing hardy palms, and this could be potentially a good variation of your standard Trachycarpus. So yeah, I don't really have any personal opinions on it yet, because it's still a small specimen. It's not going to show any real signs of differentiation till it gets a bit bigger. But yeah, potentially it could be a nice variation on your standards. I wouldn't. The leaves are fairly soft, I'd say, compared to a Princeps, which tend to be quite stiff, a bit more sort of waggy like the Princeps. They are quite sort of stiff leaves, where this is quite soft, more like a Nova. But no, time will tell. It's got a little bit of a trunk on it. Obviously we've got cocoa core liner in the tub there. Yeah, so a little bit of a trunk. Like I say, this is going to be probably smaller than if you brought some yourself. I know a lot of people all over this, and they're sort of buying multiples. But I think that'd be a nice little one to try. So next year I'm going to find a place to put this in the garden, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, potentially something a little bit different. And I'd probably give Trackies a bad rap, because I personally like feather palms, but they're obviously nowhere near as hardy as some of your Trachycarpus and Chemops, that sort of thing. So if you want a good solid hardy palm, then yeah, Trachycarpus, you can't go wrong. I mean, I've got a few myself. I don't talk about them much because they're sort of fairly commonplace, and I'm not putting them down because I do like them. They do give that vibe, and if you're that type of person that likes an easy life and not having to worry about sort of protection and you know, hardiness, then definitely the palm for you in a cold climate. But yeah, this one is potentially something a little bit different to look at, and probably not going to be as hardy as Fortunae, but definitely should be hardy enough for most of the UK. And like I say, just potentially something a little bit different. So that is the Trachycarpus Kindler Hill. Let me know if you have bought any, and let me know your opinions on it. If you got a slightly bigger specimen and that's looking a bit more interesting, then yeah, would like to know. Alright, we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.